Afternoon.
You had a walkthrough, but was there anybody that would not have been able to kind of go today?
Obviously Jordan, Tyke, maybe one or two more that was picked up that wouldn't have practiced, and the rest of them were good.
Not the dime one on third down. I know you guys have shown that just in a down or two this season, but it seemed like it worked well on Sunday. And I was curious if you didn't have Jordan, if you didn't have Tyke, if you still felt like you could use that Sunday. What do you like about what that works?
We had guys communicating on the field. I mean, Mike has been there before, so we didn't have those two. Obviously, that limits us as safety, but other guys can do other things depending on what the game plan is during the week.
Todd, with Jordan Whitehead, I guess going to be set out a period of time. What's your guesstimate how long that is, and playing through the injury, how is that restricted?
I don't know how my guesstimate is because I don't. Some people come back quicker, some people stay out longer. So I just try to hear what the trainers tell me and listen to how he progresses. And when he's out there, I'll be happy. That's the best I can tell you. Some people can play through injuries, but I mean that's a significant injury for him, unfortunately. And Jordan's tough. He's one of the toughest guys we got. If he can get back, he's going to get back.
Todd, this matchup against the Panthers and Dave Canales, who was here last year, how does that change or adjust the overall game planning with the understanding that you guys know each other pretty well?
I mean, it doesn't. I've coached against guys before, and we're trying to concentrate on things we can do better. We understand what they can do, and we know the players they have, we know the coaches they have, but we still got to correct our little things. We corrected some things last Sunday. We got to correct more of them this Sunday.
What's Carolina been doing better in the last month?
They've been playing solid defense, and Bryce has been taking care of the football. He's been playing great. He can make things happen, and they got a heck of a running back. Their running game has really picked up.
Hubbard a little underrated?
He's very underrated.
Tom, what can you say about Dave Canales, the coach, and just the progress that he's made in Carolina of what he's kind of rebuilding there?
I mean, Dave is a heck of a guy. He's a heck of a friend. He's a heck of a coach. You can see how his influence is taking over in Carolina. He's building a team. I'm happy for him. He's progressed very well. They got a few coaches over there that I'm happy about. But Sunday, he's going to do his best to beat me. I'm going to do my best to beat him.
This team had statistically the league's worst rushing attack last year, dead last. Now you guys can boast being a top 10 rushing attack. What's it been like to see that transformation, and really what do you attribute that to?
I mean, we try to do everything right. We got better in the run game. We got to get better in a few more things in the run game. You attribute it to the offensive line. You attribute it to the coaching staff. You attribute it to the running backs and the tight end, the receivers blocking. It's all inclusive, and it's going to be different every ball game. But we just got to keep it up and keep at it.
We saw Joe Trianchenko was out there at practice. I know he had left the game with an ankle, but is he in play for Sunday? Could be cut.
He's the other one that didn't practice today.
I think we saw, Bryce Young. I think one of the reasons Dave was hired was to help him. They had to sit him down at one point. Since he's come back, how has he been a different quarterback? And how do you think Dave's general positivity is the thing that we remember the most about him, probably is imparted on him?
He's been playing good football of late that we've seen. He's been playing very good football. Dave's positivity and his coaching, period, is a good influence on him. It takes a while to learn offenses no matter who you are, and he's got a good handle on it right now. I think they figured each other out. They're getting along, and you can see it on the field.
And Canales encountered some criticism in Carolina early on, which it's tough to do when you're a first-time head coach and you're also taking on, of course, assuming a role with a new team. Just can you speak to the importance of patience?
I have no knowledge of that, Jenna. It
No,
comes with the
you
territory.
You have been a head coach before where you had to come in a situation, and it's not an overnight thing, right?
When you take this job, you're going to be open to criticism. The minute you say, this is my job, every day is going to be criticized. And you get praised when you win, you get criticized when you lose. I understand that. He understands that. And you just got to keep your head down and keep working.
Todd, you said that the defense, the big thing was the tackling. The tackling was better. Is there anything that you could do? Because you can't practice. What do you think it would take to continue that now?
Well, you got to continue it. You just got to keep harping on it and keep pointing it out on tape and understanding angles and where you need to be and know where your help is, and then kind of act accordingly.
The offense has been much more efficient in the red zone this year than last year. What differences do you see in the approach?
Really, schematically, we've been running the ball well, so that kind of opens up quite a few other things right there, and they scheme it well, and the guys do a good job of executing. I think Baker does a great job of understanding situations down there. They do a great job of understanding each other, when we can take a shot, when we can run it, and taking advantage of certain things we see.
Todd, with so much pressure you guys get inside and the sacks that have come from Cansey and from Vita Vea, don't you think that your outside, rushers would then benefit from that at some point?
Got to. Certain times we were out of position and we flushed it to them, and they got to stay up high. But last game they had one of their better rushing games. It didn't show statistically, but from where we won them at, they made some progress there. It just has to show on the board. But with the push up the pocket, they got to fall into something. They just can't be antsy and try to come underneath too early.
I know you're not going to want to give away anything, but we saw Vita Vea in there for blocking as a fullback. Is there any chance that you could give the ball to Vita?
Well, we've been practicing Wildcat with him, so he can probably do some of those things, and, I gave that away.
Is there a sense, Todd, is there a sense that in a certain way you kind of control your own destiny if you take care of business for the last 6 games, that you're really not going to need a lot of help from other people? And is that kind of a message that...
I mean, that's how we feel. Our playoff started last week. We just got to keep our heads down and take care of us. And if we look up at the end and take care of us, we'll be fine.
I know you, when I'd asked you on Monday about what was key for you guys coming out of the bye week so strong when a lot of teams tend to be sluggish, even this team in the past, and you had said that you guys really went back to kind of basics and fundamentals and stuff. I mean, those are great things to talk about, but with limitations that you actually have and what you can practice, how are you able to still, be able to hone in on the basics when you're not able to necessarily do a whole lot tackling and stuff in practice?
I mean, you can't tackle, but you can hone in on the basics. We can block better, handle doubles better. We can play double teams better. We can take better angles and tackling. We can be where we need to be in zone coverage. We can break off our routes better. That's all fundamental and technique as well. It's not just tackling. It's all the little things that go with that. So we've been practicing and harping on that for us to get better.
Todd, what does Thanksgiving look like for you tomorrow? And do you have just a tradition that you always did growing up? Is there something that the holiday kind of jots you back into?
I mean, we're going to work. We're going to come in tomorrow and come in a little early, and they'll get out. My only tradition is I got to have a piece of sweet potato pie.
Is there something you're specifically thankful for this football season related to this team?
Thankful every day I get up and get to live. Thankful for my family. Thankful for the team, the coaches. Just thankful to be alive and having fun.